Hey, I'm Callie. Thanks so much for watching this video. The teaching that you're about to hear is based on the Bible, and we believe that it will be helpful to you as you seek answers to tough questions about Jesus and religion. We would love for you to text us if you need someone to talk to, or if you want to have a deeper conversation about the questions that you're having. Again, thanks for watching. We're praying for you, and we hope that this video will be an encouragement to you on your spiritual journey.
Howdy, folks. How's it going? I remember I was in Florida at the time in my early 20s, and around that time Drake was getting huge as an artist. And my friends and I, we would drive around Las Olas Boulevard smoking a hookah in the back of my friend's Corolla, which is a dumb idea. You should never do that. But he was, and he really is the voice of a generation. In 2012, Drake's song, The Motto, it hit the scene, and this song really encapsulates the idea of the YOLO lifestyle, that you only live once. I'm not dismissing Drake's artistry, but he's really not pushing anything new. You see, the you only live once way of life, it's been around for like a really long time. It's the idea of eating and drinking and being merry. Why? Because I'm going to die tomorrow or someday soon. And so this isn't false, part of it at least. Many great lies, however, have some foundational observation, some nugget of truth woven into it. We are going to die one day, but like most lies of a spiritual nature, this lie in particular was built around the idea of insulating us from the fact that the great equalizer, death, comes for us all. And so the problem is pretty scary then, isn't it? The prospect of death. For a lot of us, it's uncharted territory. But we've been sold a bill of goods that just doesn't stand the test of time. There's yearning inside of our hearts for more, and we've scraped and looked for something else to satisfy us to our very core. There's this longing for eternity in our hearts that simply isn't quenched by anything that we found here on earth. And it sounds like a couple of turns of phrase, doesn't it? Like, no regrets, I'm going to live my life fully, or only God can judge me. And so this YOLO mindset, it can lull us into a state of sleepiness, thinking that we have a license to do whatever we want, or thinking that the only other person's opinion that matters aside from my own is God's. But if we really believe that, we believe that God is the one that judges, don't you think that would give us pause to think, well, if God is the one that actually judges, do I want to know what are the things that he cares about and doesn't care about? What if he has expectations for my life that I don't meet? And if I didn't meet those, would that spell disaster unless I lived a different way? See, the problem with the YOLO lifestyle is that it distorts the reality of what it means to be you. And it puts the reality of death far from our field of vision. And so either we use the world as a type of anesthesia. It numbs us from the cold reality that death is coming. We prolong our lives to unhealthy or untenable degrees, or we numb our senses to the way things really are around us through a $2 trillion a year entertainment and media industry, or we simply eat, drink, and be merry because we know that we're going to die tomorrow, or we put dramatically different expectations on God and ourselves than what God has for us in himself. And so here's the truth. You and I will live forever. What do I mean by that? I mean this, that you weren't just made just to live in this life. You were made for so much more. You were made actually to know God and enjoy a relationship with him forever. But somewhere down the line, distrust disintegrated this relationship with God. And so many of us now live lives far from him, estranged from him. And the reality is that our relationship with God dictates what our eternity looks like. Jared Wilson, great author and thinker, he frames it this way. We either live once and die twice, or we live twice and die once. And so here's what he means. We have alternative one, that we live once and die twice. Jesus said a couple of times in Matthew's gospel that whosoever wants to save their life will lose it. But whoever wants to lose their life for his sake will find it. We could spend all of this life trying to live comfortably, thinking that this is the very best that it could be. And for some of us, that's absolutely true. This life right now, this 70 or 80 years that you're going to have, is the very best that your existence could be. But death becomes a point of no return, and it ends in separation from God forever. You never know joy again, and you never know what it means to be fully alive. We become hollow shells of our former self, fully aware that we bought the lie that we only live once. Now, on the other hand, we have alternative two, that we live twice but die once. And for people that follow Jesus, physical death is the very worst that's going to happen to us. Jesus' words again, whoever loses his life for the sake of him will find it. It's propositional. Jesus is challenging you to evaluate where real life is found. Is it found in this life? Is it found in this 70 or 80 years of enjoyment intertwined with really bad times? Is that worth an eternity of joy that can't be measured? Or is it possible to have an eye towards eternity in this life? To simply enjoy things that this life has to offer, but to find your ultimate joy and peace and meaning and value in the one whom it was intended to be anchored in from the beginning. Blaise Pascal, he would say that wagering trust in Jesus over this life is the very best possible move. And so I'm willing to say in this life that I don't have to buy the lie. Are you? Do you feel like you're roaming around now, living some kind of half-life or half existence? Do you want to know where real life and joy are found? Real existence. Jesus says real life is found in him and in following him. And he made it possible for you to live, to be fully alive because of his life, death, burial, and resurrection. Not just now, not for the 70 or 80 years that you might have, but for an eternity. And you can have life for an eternity if you follow him and trust him. And if you have questions about what it means to follow Jesus or anything else, text us 812-432-2234 and let us know how we can serve you and help you. That's what we're here for. And friends, if you found this to be helpful, share it with a friend. Like the episode, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you soon.
Thanks again for watching this teaching. We hope that God spoke to you today through this video and helped answer any questions that you may have had. Again, feel free to text us if you would like to talk more about what you heard, or if there's any way that we might be able to help you. You can also find more videos and more resources at gracelandchurch.online. And if you feel that you've been blessed by these videos, please think about donating so that we can continue sharing more content to more people. Remember to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more answers to tough questions. Thanks again for watching, and we hope you'll join us again soon.